Happy day, YouTube. So every painting has a story. Yes, it does. And my work in particular is a visual autobiography, in a sense. So paintings are reflective of what's going on in my life at the time. I mean, to the point where, like, I may be working on a piece and get a phone call and it changes the whole piece, you know. And as one friend put it, you buy a painting of Josie Rath, and it's not just buying a painting, it's buying a piece of her. And so it's reflective of the dark and the beautiful, you know, like all spectrums. And I've had some extremely dark art in my time. I've made some very dark art. It's gotten a lot lighter since I started doing yoga, that's for sure. So behind me I have several of the very first puddle paintings. They're all from, I think they're all from like 2008, which is crazy to me that it's been that long. I mean, you know, time flies when whether you're having fun or not, so you better have fun, y'all. Better have fun. But there was one painting in particular that I was going to talk about today and tell the story behind it. It's Periwinkle. Periwinkle is the title of this piece. Yes, Periwinkle. And what's weird is I look at this now and I'm like, oh, it looks so juvenile, but like, what's special about this piece is that it was like the very first experiments with puddles. My artist co-conspirator and I went to Goodwill and we bought all this glass, and we had this idea of doing these pieces where we just free it from the canvas and from the brush, right? And we would use glass and we'd pour paint on there, and we use glass, and so these were actually done with glass, these puddles. And then we peeled it off, the glass, and I stuck it in the paint, and it's reflective of exactly what was going on in my life at the time. I was just in a brutal car accident, and that is my periwinkle. That's my car. And what's funny is it just got mangled because the glass didn't really work so well, so we ended up upgrading eventually to freezer paper, but it looks so mangled. It looks just like my car. It cracks me up. But and so my car was forked. It was forked, and yeah, it was forked. And there was divine intervention. There was divine intervention. I truly believe that car accident, there was divine intervention, and that was the day that I never questioned my faith again after that. And so that's what the hands are for. So I'll tell you more about the story. So that day that I got in that car accident, I had that car for like 5 years. I had never worn my seatbelt, and for some reason that day I was parked at a stoplight, and I heard a voice, plain as day, say, "Put your seatbelt on." And I just thought, oh, that was weird. And I kind of laughed and was like, okay, I guess I'll put my seatbelt on. And all day long I was running around town, running errands, and I kept thinking, the voice said, put your seatbelt on. So I just kept putting my seatbelt on that day. For some reason, I was listening to this voice thinking, this is really weird. It was plain as day. And at midnight that night, as I was running to a recording session, I got hit by a drunk driver, and my car went 50 feet and smashed into a brick building, and my car was mangled. And I was sitting in the ambulance afterwards, and that's when it hit me. A voice told me to put my seatbelt on, and I wore my seatbelt for the first time in like 5 years. I had never worn my seatbelt in that car, ever. All those years. For some reason, I listened to that voice, and I think it saved my forking life. Saved my life. And ever since then, I mean, I don't know, I don't believe in I don't know what I believe necessarily, but I believe in something more. And I cannot, and what's weird is ever since that experience, I've had even more experiences that make me refuse to give up my faith. And so I don't know if some of the atheists out there have never had an experience like that, but boy, it gives me goosebumps when I think about it, because that voice saved my life that day. And because of that car accident, I ended up at a laundromat instead of doing, typically I would run back and forth from my mom's house, but to save time, I borrowed her car, and I ended up starting to do my laundry at the laundromat. And that day that I did my first load of laundry, I ended up looking at this thing, and it said, Fresh Produce Art Collective, meeting, blah, 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 at such and such o'clock, and it was that day, and I texted my friend, and I was like, we should go to this. For some reason, we should go to this, and I would have never been at that laundromat, never seen that thing, and ended up there, meeting all these art people that I still love them all so much. I made some really great friends doing that, and because I ended up at the Fresh Produce meeting, I ended up finding yoga, and that further saved my life. It did. I think I already kind of told that story on YouTube, but yeah, so it was like a series of events that led me to where I am right now. And it all added up. So people will say everything happens for a reason. Well, maybe it does. Yeah, stupid reasons, as one friend put it. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, stupid reasons. No, I think some things happen for beautiful, awesome reasons. And you can't necessarily tell right away. So yes, that is the story behind my beautiful periwinkle that I love so much. And, oh, I meant to talk about the frames too. These frames are one of a kinds. One of a kinds, purple heart wood. Yes, I have the teddy bears. They were inherited. Yes. So yeah, the frames were made by the amazing, talented, my favorite artist, Ostaf Heller, made these frames. They're amazing. So they're all one of a kinds. I love them all. Oh, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Friday to you. The sun is trying to shine. I think it's going to be a stormy day, but you know, that's the way it goes. It's an ebb and flow. I love you.